What's good, YouTube? We're back, and today we're going to be talking about the Game 5 we just witnessed between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers. The Pacers are not looking too good. Oklahoma has won the last 2 games now, and they're only 1 game away from taking it all and being crowned as NBA champions. We're going to talk about what the OKC Thunder did right, what went wrong for the Indiana Pacers, and what we can expect looking forward. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. Where do we start? I know exactly where. How about J-Dub? Dropping 40 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists on 56% from the field. He went absolutely electric today, whether it was from the mid-range, whether it was driving in and getting the up fake and putting it right back up, whether it was knocking down threes. It was just insane, the level of production that J-Dub has been giving this NBA Finals. And honestly, bro, I would not be surprised if there's a toss-up between Shai and J-Dub for the Finals MVP at the moment. J-Dub has been phenomenal. So phenomenal that Shai, despite having a 31.10 assist, it was a 10 loud assist too, and then a 6 stocks game. We're talking about J-Dub more tonight because J-Dub is the reason why the Pacers were unable to be able to clinch a lead, because they only led pretty much in the first quarter, and after that they were trying to fight back. There was at some point, I think they cut it down to around 6 or 4, and then but J-Dub and his play is the reason why the Oklahoma City Thunder won tonight's game. It was incredible. One thing that I did notice about the Oklahoma City Thunder throughout the entirety of the playoffs is when it comes to crunch time, they kind of just choke. And you saw that in Game 1, but within the last 2 games, Game 4 and Game 5, they have completely shut down that entire narrative. We got to talk about how big of a performance it was for Cason Wallace, who actually had his first three-pointer of the NBA Finals, which is crazy, because this guy is literally a 3-and-D player. But that's a scary sight if you are the Indiana Pacers, because what are you going to do? What are you going to do when a guy who's a role player is knocking down threes, who typically has not been the entirety of the series, and then Shai and J-Dub come out for 70? Another player who also had that type of performance was Aaron Wiggins, who just went off today with 14 points. Man, it's crazy because Oklahoma has had so many players who could just pop off any given night. The past few games, it was Alex Caruso. He had 20-point games the past, I think it was Game 3 and Game 4. Tonight, he only had 2. And you're like, damn, he shot 12% from the field? What? He's shooting tour dates? What's going on with Alex Caruso? And then next thing you know, you got some random dude coming off the bench. Kenrich Williams was the case of that in the last series when it came to the Minnesota Timberwolves. OKC is just so deep, man. There's such a tough puzzle to solve. And now with the situation that the Pacers are in, they have to win the next 2 games. Back to back. Oklahoma has not lost since literally the midway point of this season. Okay, that's not a fact, but they've only done it twice. The first time was against the Rockets and Lakers. Shout out my Rockets. But the other time it was a little bit before that. It's just kind of crazy because this team has only lost back-to-back games twice, and they played 100 games this season. It's mind-boggling. It's just so bad because I picked the Pacers to win this series. I was thinking Pacers in 6. Obviously, it's not happening now. I still think that you can't write off the Pacers just yet. They've been the comeback kids of the NBA. Whether they're down in games, well, this is actually the first time they're actually down in a series the entirety of the playoffs, so that's kind of surprising as well. But now this is going to be where, you have to see if this team can have that drive to come back from behind in a series, because that's what championship-level teams do. The Oklahoma City Thunder did it against the Denver Nuggets, and they're planning on doing it right now against the Indiana Pacers. We got to see how the Pacers respond. But talking about how they played today, man, there was a big performance from Pascal Siakam. He had 28 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 stocks. He literally was the hero of this game for the Pacers. If they ended up winning this game, all the credit would have gone to Pascal Siakam because he really did show up. Another hero that the Pacers had was TJ McConnell, who is this guy, bro? Where did they find him? This guy is such a walking bucket. 18 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and he made it so that the OKC Thunder were up at by 20 points at some point, 18 points. And then next thing you know, in the third quarter, I go to use the restroom, I come back, it's a 6-point game. I'm like, what? When did that happen? It was so fast how quick of a turnaround they had, and they were just building off momentum from that. And a large part of that was the play of Pascal Siakam and TJ McConnell. And, man, someone who literally, oh, my God, dude. This is, I didn't know he had no shots made. I'm looking at it right now. This is insane. Tyrese Haliburton, 4 points. They're all from free throws. He went 0 of 6 from the field. 0 of 4 from 3. Tyrese, man. There's a saying the cat got 9 lives and the Pacers used all 9 of them already. I'm hoping that's not the case. You need better production from Tyrese Haliburton. This is insane. He was still dishing out assists. He was finding out, where to pass the ball, who should be getting it. He was still incorporating that. He only had 3 turnovers compared to his 6 assists, which, it's not the best ratio, but still, I think the problem with the Indiana Pacers, specifically Tyrese Haliburton, these last 2 games, is they've been relying so much, whenever Tyrese does have the ball, relying so much on the ISO, rather than swinging the ball around and making smart choices. That's one thing I did notice. Like, especially in the last game, game 4, the end of that, you saw that it was an ISO between Chet Holmgren and Tyrese Haliburton. And then what have the Pacers done in that situation? They were playing like there was 20 seconds left when there were actually 3 minutes left in game 4. And that's why they lost. And if the Oklahoma City Thunder do end up winning this series, we're going to be looking at this game 4 and being like, damn, the Pacers really let that one go. Because that really is what it was, bro. The Oklahoma City Thunder, OKC, only had 3 3-pointers last game. You can't afford to do that. When a team who has 68 wins plays the worst game they've ever had the entirety of the playoffs, the entirety of the season, their MVP has only, not even, he had 0 assists. You can't let that one go. That game was a Pacers to take. And the difference between 3-1 and 2-2 is just unfathomable. It's not even relatively similar. Like, Game 4s, in my opinion, are the most important games when it comes to a series because most of the time, especially if it's like a 2-1 scenario, if it's already 3-0, then it's already wraps. But most series going into a Game 4 is 2-1. And the winner of that, come on, dude, like 3-1, 2-2, major difference. They let that one slip. And right now, I picked the Pacers to win this series. I'm genuinely concerned for them because OKC, they don't lose 2 games back-to-back. But if there's any team that can do it, it is the Pacers. They've been shocking everyone this season. Something else I noticed was these silly turnovers that the Pacers have. Like, it was like they're trying to play a little bit. Like, I know they play with pace, but it's almost as if they're playing a little too fast. You saw it in like the Pascal Siakam sets where Pascal Siakam, he plays fast, but he can't pass the ball fast. And whenever he tries to do that, he kind of just like tumbles or slips, and that's a common occurrence with him. Pascal Siakam, he still gets his own offensively when it comes to scoring points, but when it's time to pass the ball, he had 6 turnovers today. 6 costly turnovers. You saw the same with a guy like Andrew Nembhard, who he was kind of like playing a little bit too fast, trying to get the play too quickly, and he ended up with 4 turnovers himself. And I think that's what really bit the Pacers so bad today, because if they didn't go down 18 to begin with and they had that same level of production in that third quarter from TJ McConnell, you would have seen a more competent game and they would have actually had the lead at some point. So it's not looking good for the Indiana Pacers. I'm still rocking with them. I'm going to pick them to win 7 in this series, but it ain't looking good, man. And the Oklahoma City Thunder are 1 game away. So the last game of the season could very well be this Thursday. But whether it is or whether it isn't, I'm going to be here to cover it. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. If y'all enjoyed, let me know down below what you guys think is going to happen the remainder of this series. Are you rocking with the Pacers? You think OKC is going to pull it off? Looks like they will. I'm going to rock with the Pacers regardless. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Take care.